The following program is rated TV MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
You're now tuned into the Morning Report.
Kevin Feige addresses Jonathan Majors for the first time without talking about Majors. Marvel faced several curveballs in the last few years as it worked on its post-Endgame phases. Yes, there were real-world issues, a pandemic and Hollywood strikes. There was the tragic loss of Black Panther star Chadwick Boseman. And there was the reckless assault conviction of Jonathan Majors. He was not guilty of intentionally assaulting this woman, and he was not guilty of aggravated harassment of this woman. The actor who was playing villain Kang and seemed to be teed up as the next big arch nemesis for years to come. Feige never mentioned Majors by name, instead of calling him the Kang actor at one point, or the actor, or just zeroing in on Kang as a character. We had started, even before what had happened to the actor happened, we had started to realize that Kang wasn't big enough, wasn't Thanos, and there was only one character that could be that, because he was that in the comics for decades and decades, said Feige. Comic books, you know how important them comic books are. They're so important to us here at Marvel Publishing. Yes, that's bullshit quote.
It is. It is a complete bullshit quote. To sit and say that no one was ever excited for Kang and he wasn't Thanos and blah, blah, blah. If he wasn't Thanos, as I've stated many, many, many times when discussing this, when we've discussed Jonathan Majors and Marvel and them letting him go as Kang, that is no one's fault but Marvel Studios. That is Marvel Studios' fault that he was not Thanos level. Because if you take yourselves back, I use this example all the time, to D23, when they got the 9-minute clip that we didn't get to see until we sat down in theaters of him talking to Scott Lang and telling Scott Lang, I will kill your daughter and make you watch this over and over and over again, asking him, which Avenger are you? Are you the one with the hammer? The description that we got was you heard his footsteps and the camera slowly panning up until you see Jonathan Majors in a comic accurate Kang the Conqueror suit. And then he goes into the monologue of threatening Scott Lang. The internet went wild. I know people like to tell you and pretend like on Twitter, there was no excitement for Kang. No one ever cared about Kang. This was not real. Bullshit. I have a video that we can play once we get through this pulled up of 1, a theater reacting to Kang, 2, a montage of YouTubers reacting to Loki season finale when he's revealed as Kang. To say that no one was ever excited as Kang is some bullshit. It's Marvel's fault that he is not Thanos level. The actor, Jonathan Majors, did everything he could as Kang. He was showing up to set early. He was jogging in the Kang uniform around the set. He was doing, that's like actual quotes from that he was actually doing during the time of Quantumania. And in Quantumania, the scenes of him actually as Kang were great. The scenes of him, not that post-credit stuff they did, but the scenes of him actually as Kang were great. So it was, again, you hiring the Rick and fucking Morty writers and expecting them to come in and be able to handle a Marvel film like that, and then making him Ant-Man's villain when we've never been seen Ant-Man go up a villain at that type of level. So it's Marvel's fault. We're blaming Kang, saying that nobody was ever excited for Kang. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
100%. And like Tina tweeted us, remember that this was a character who they said, oh my God, look at the actor. He did so well in Loki. We've got to just make everything wrap around the Kang character.
Jonathan Majors came into this production in our final week and has created something I think that it will be talked about for a long time.
Like, bullshit.
Right. Yeah, it was bullshit.
Put this thing back on. He says, because of the Fox acquisition, we had finally had it, and it was Doctor Doom. So we had started talking about Doctor Doom even before we officially pivoted from Kang. And in fact, I had started talking with Robert Downey Jr. about this audacious idea before Ant-Man 3 even came out. It was a long plan that we had to take one of our greatest characters and utilize one of our greatest actors. One other thing that pisses me off is that, he's not Thanos, right? That's what Kang isn't. Kang isn't Thanos. Doctor Doom is the only one. Aren't you planning on making movies after Doctor Doom and after Thanos? Like, you can't just say that, oh, no, there will be no other big hero or villain. There's no other big villain. Because after you guys get through Doom, you just told me that there's no other big villains. You just told me that right now. That's what you said in this quote. So what am I like? You're gonna create a new villain, aren't you? So don't hit us with that. Don't hit us with there was something better than Kang, and that's why, it was nothing to do with Kang or the performer or any of that stuff. It was just Doom was so much better because you're gonna try to sell me, in another Avengers movie down the line that there's another big threat. Stupid idiot.
I agree. And if I just can on here, what he said here, I believe him here. I even said, I think we all said, I think the comic book community collectively said, so no Doctor Doom in Secret Wars? How does that work? How do you not do Doctor Doom in Secret Wars? If we are supposed to be adapting Jonathan Hickman's version of Secret Wars, Kang can't be the only, to where people started speculating. And we even started hearing at the time, because this was before he was convicted, we started hearing at the time from Daniel Richman, My Time to Shine. Oh no, we'll have two. It's going to be both of them, because I believe him. I believe him when he says that the Russos came to him, because remember the Russos said they went to Feige 2 years before before Quantumania came out, and had pitched the idea of Doom to him with Robert Downey Jr. And that's when they had told him, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that was before Quantumania. They revealed that, and they didn't intend to reveal that, but yeah, we can do the math.
Exactly. So I do believe that, he was pitched Dr. Doom. At the time, they did not want to do Dr. Doom, but I'm sure they were also thinking to themselves, like the rest of us, how are you doing Secret Wars without Dr. Doom? So do I believe that they were going to possibly have RDJ back as Doom, but also have Jonathan Majors there as Kang? Yes, I do believe that. I believe that they were going to do that. But then once convicted and all that stuff came out, he won't even say Majors' name, now. So they're trying to stay as far away from that as possible. That's the only thing in this that I believe.
So this is a good time to get to Bo DeMayo's tweet. He was quoting this one. It says, Kevin Feige talks about the decision to pivot from Kang. And it's basically what we just read, right? And so Bo tells us, in 2023, I was working on season 2 of X-Men 97. It was Kang in it. Majors was definitely who would have voiced the character. Guys, this is the showrunner. So if he says that, he's telling the truth. Just like he said that about Polaris. I remember seeing John Wick 4 in March 2023 with a top executive at Marvel at the Americana movie theater in Glendale, the weekend the news broke about Major's legal trouble, discussing how Kang was definitely the game plan and the studio was afraid. He is straight up lying. Variety needs to do journalism and stop being a contracted PR firm, Marvel Studios' pathetic attempts at damage control.
Exactly. So this is like I said at the top of the stream, when you have streamers like Josh over the Dinner Nerds coming in and saying, oh, well, no, Bo DeMayo's lying. Bo DeMayo worked for the studio.
I want to give you some context because this is not exactly what happened. However, a lot of people out there are saying Kevin Feige is lying. Like I saw Bo DeMayo have this whole big take. And it's just like, look, I understand where Bo's coming from, but he's wrong. If Bo was right, I would get out here and I would say he's right. Okay? I am so fair. I just got to tell you the truth. And the truth is Bo is misunderstanding what happened. And a lot of you guys are misunderstanding what happened too. Okay? So let me explain it.
Josh just covers like we cover. Yeah, he has sources. He's got inside scoops and things like that. Bo was fucking there. So I absolutely believe Bo when he says, because they were trying to put Kang in everything. We saw the Council of Kangs at the end of Quantumania. Don't tell me Kang wasn't the center point of everything. If he says we were going to see him in 97, I believe it. I was shocked when we didn't see him in What If. We all were, because they made it seem like we were going to see Kang everywhere. The speech that He Who Remains gave at the end of season 1, come on.
That was definitely the plan to do it. And he had a long-term contract too. And we saw how expensive that nice home was, the condominium with 3 levels in New York City. Yeah, he was well off. He was Kang. He was you named an Avengers movie after him. You guys were very behind it.